Been doing comedy a lot of years, 18 years now, a lot of years, a lot of crazy gigs that led to this stage tonight. And I want to tell you guys about the craziest gig I ever had, and this is a 100% true story. About 15 years ago, I opened for Girls Gone Wild. I swear to God, yeah, sir, that Girls Gone Wild. But listen, this wasn't Girls Gone Wild as we all knew and loved it. This was Girls Gone Wild when they were like at the tail end of their run, so they were really trying to hold on for dear life. So it was sort of like Girls Gone Wild on meth. Yeah, man, I got a call to see if I wanted to do the show, and they really hyped it up. They were like, hey, it's Girls Gone Wild. It'll be insane. They want to take care of your travel and accommodations. So right away, I'm psyching myself up because I'm thinking they're going to fly me out to L.A., Miami, or Cancun, or some other hot spot, and they're going to put me up at the Four Seasons. You know, like you see on all those Girls Gone Wild DVDs. It's always in some tropical locale. But in reality, what it meant was they gave me a Speedway gas card with $10 on it and a room at the Motel 6 because it was in little-ass Lapeer, Michigan, at a dive bar called Louie's. Yeah, they brought Girls Gone Wild to a hole-in-the-wall bar in middle America. And to be more clear, guys, it was a dying bar. And in a last-ditch effort to try and save it, the owner, Louie, thought bringing in Girls Gone Wild was a better idea than having a pancake luncheon and a 50-50 raffle like everybody else does. So Louie wanted to do the show, but what he didn't realize, and I'm sure a lot of you guys don't realize this either, when you book Girls Gone Wild to come to your party, your event, or whatever, you're literally just booking the rights for the title, Girls Gone Wild. That's it. That you get the name, the brand. They don't supply the girls that go wild, guys. That's on you. They literally pull up with a big-ass tour bus with porn stars printed on the side of it for photo ops, and that is it. It's the biggest racket in history. And again, whether Louie actually realized this or not, we'll never know. But the only people that actually showed up for what was supposed to be the biggest event in Lapeer, Michigan history had dicks. Just a bunch of dudes milling around waiting for a couple of chicks that weren't there, by the way, to spontaneously start going down on each other in the middle of the room. I'm sure some of you guys are probably thinking, well, Dustin, who would actually go to a show like that in a small town in Michigan? I'm here to tell you, whatever type of dude that you can imagine from a small town from this state that would pay $10 to watch two local chicks 69 is dead on what fucking showed up. Picture this guy in the flannel right here. Like that's essentially what, just 150 of that guy, right? Do you guys remember on The Walking Dead when like Rick and the gang, they stumble across an old abandoned warehouse or a gymnasium and they'd peek in the window and they'd see a bunch of zombies in there just kind of milling around, bumping into each other, running into the wall, breathing all funny like... It was like that if all of the zombies had erections. And don't let it get lost in all this, guys. I still have to perform stand-up comedy for these degenerates yet. So I go up there and I start doing my thing, and they wanted nothing to do with me, guys. They literally, nothing. They collectively laughed once, and it was because some douche in the back shouted, "Show us your tits, asshole." And even that kind of threw me off, because I was thinking, are they saying, "Show us your tits, comma, asshole," or is he just saying, "Show us your tits, asshole"? Because my tits don't have an asshole, sir, it doesn't matter. But after about 12 minutes of this, I dipped. I'd had enough of that. But the biggest reason they wanted a comedian there to open the show is so someone would be there to get the crowd pumped up and introduce Girls Gone Wild when the time came. And even though there were no girls in backstage or anything, I felt, well, I'm going to do my fucking job. Like, this is what they're paying me for. So I really got into it. I was like, you guys ready to get what you came to see? And everybody cheered. And I was like, you guys ready to see Lapeer's finest get down and dirty? And they cheered even louder. And I was like, all right, everybody, give it up for Girls Gone Wild. And this place went fucking nuts. Dudes were clapping, whistling, yelling, strobe lights start strobing, the music hit the dance floor, and nothing happened. It was just, all these dudes, they just kind of surrounded the dance floor in like a horseshoe shape, waiting for something that wasn't gonna happen, right? And I was enjoying the shit show from the back of the room, and I'm thinking to myself, Louie's dead, these guys are gonna riot. But then I realized he was smart and got the fuck out of there with all these dudes' money. So now they're all turning and looking at me because I'm the last person involved with the show, and they start bullying me and crowding me, and they're like, give us our money back, you pretty boy piece of shit. Where's the girls at? And in a last-ditch effort to try and get out of there alive, I was just like, look, a nipple. And they all went back into zombie mode and were like... I escaped with my life that day, guys. I think you appreciate that. So real quick, let's give it up for